Josh Case, welcome to the podcast, brother.
Yeah. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Appreciate you having me on.
Good, good. Yeah, you have like just very inspirational energy. Like I know I've just met you, but I have a feeling that you've been through a ton and you have such a positive outlook on life. I'm actually super excited to speak with you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah. John Case is an entrepreneur and energy developer based in Austin, Texas. He has led major renewable energy projects and companies acquired by global firms and continues to work in energy, crypto, and real estate. His recovery from addiction inspires his nonprofit work, and he also shares his journey through Sober.buzz. In his free time, he enjoys traveling with his wife, Heidi, and their dog, Sophia Loren. So, first and foremost, Josh,
Yeah,
explain
no
to
worries.
me.
I've been called worse. Don't worry.
I might cut that out, but so Josh, explain to me where it all started. So you mentioned you had an addiction.
Yeah.
Um, I'm curious to know what inspired you to create a road to recovery, and what are some of those challenges you might have had along the way?
So, my decades-long addiction to alcohol, and I also use drugs, but it was mainly alcohol, kind of came to a head in July of 2023. I was an executive at a global Fortune 500 company, NG, who bought my company, Photosol. I was burnt out. I was traveling all the time. My ex-wife left. My kids are all grown up. So all this kind of came to a head in July of 2023. I resigned my position there because I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like, my
Mhm.
kids are grown up. My wife's gone. I'm going to have the summer of Josh. I'm going to go watch the baseball at the bar I can walk to from my house all summer and just enjoy what I thought would be enjoy life, right?
Mm.
It lasted like 6 weeks, and then I ended up in rehab for the first time. Now, part of, leading up to it, I was an alcoholic for decades. I would drink at work, drank too much all the time, drank every day. My world revolved around when I was gonna drink.
Mm.
But once I had the guardrails off of, the the people around me or having to show up for meetings and this or that, it got really,
Mm.
really bad.
Right.
So that's where my journey started, and I started posting on LinkedIn back in fall of 2023 when I went to rehab the first time, because I didn't want people to like wonder what happened to me, because I was pretty had a pretty high profile position in my industry. I didn't want rumors to start, so I started posting on LinkedIn that yeah, I'm in rehab, I'm in recovery. I
Mm.
posted the good and the bad. I posted when I relapsed. So that and really kind of gave me like was the whatever you want to call it, the beginnings of Sober.buzz was I was just being public about my struggles. And then, I never thought I was going to be sober or could get sober, but,
Sorry,
last,
Josh.
yeah,
I'm just curious
yeah.
because for someone who had a high profile position, were you not like a little ashamed or embarrassed to like just be open? Like,
Oh,
you must have had gone through something where you've been like, I got nothing left to lose, and this is there must be some like maybe epiphany or revelation or some specific moment that just would bring you from like, hey, this is something I don't want to share with people to being like, it's time for me to share this.
so people close to me knew I had a problem. Um, and I knew I had a problem. I admitted it
Right.
to people that were close to me. I was in there's a stigma around this, and, I was embarrassed for years and years and years. But I got to the point where I just threw my career away.
Right.
I got nothing else to lose. I hate that there's a stigma around this. Nothing. This is not going to hurt me by coming out and saying things. I was embarrassed. I didn't know how it would be taken. It was taken very positively, and a lot of people reached out to me publicly and more privately on LinkedIn, saying like this helped them or how did they get help? They've been through this.
Yeah.
I know somebody. That it, so it got taken way more positive than I could ever think. At first, I'm thinking selfishly, like I want people to know what happened to me from me.
Mm.
And at least the truth isn't going to hurt me more than rumors. In my
Right.
mind is what I was thinking, right?
It almost feels like sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom before you're ready to turn around. And
Well, that
this might
wasn't rock bottom, but that was, I would say, the beginning of my rock bottom journey. I hit bottom
right.
about 9 months later. Uh,
Oh, I see. Well, I see. Yeah, I feel like this might be a good segue into the mining world because it's like Ethereum had to like hit rock bottom before it went back up to make all time highs.
right.
So you do mining. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, so I got out of rehab last fall. My fiance at the time, Heidi, she moved in to with me in Austin, Texas. She had went to rehab too. We went to two separate rehabs. We figured if we didn't go to rehab at the same time, our relationship was going to work out because it was very volatile because we were both
Mm,
addicts. So we
right.
both went to rehab, and luckily we've been clean ever since. But
Cheers.
oh, thank you, I appreciate that.
It's not alcohol. It's an energy drink.
Oh, no, 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 no worries. No worries. Yeah, I can be around people drinking. I live
Yeah,
above
of course you
bars
can.
actually in Austin, so actually just walked by a bunch on the way to dinner, so it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been buying crypto for years, and then I'm gonna get into mining, so I bought some miners and started hooking them up in our apartment here.
That's crazy. How is that still profitable? Because the landscape is so much more competitive. No, I know that sounds
Yeah,
like a weird question, but
yeah,
but and I'm sorry if this is a stupid question, but I'm thinking of countries like Russia. Like you're in Austin, Texas.
yeah,
It's a hot location.
yeah.
Like don't countries like China or somewhere in the like in the frozen, outdoors areas like in Russia where they can you have those miners stacked up running and they don't have to pay for cooling systems and it's like they like I feel like that would have so much and also like it's become a lot more competitive and the Bitcoin halving seasons are constant. I know Bitcoin's going up, but I'm wondering, with all those factors in place, is there still a really strong economic incentive to go into mining?
Well, I didn't make any money, and it was more of a hobby. Like I bought a couple.
Hmm.
I was trying to fill my time, right? Like I'm buying crypto.
Is
I
it
kind of
is
want
it
to mine
Bitcoin?
it.
Is it Bitcoin you're mining?
I was mining Bitcoin, CAS, ALEO,
Hmm.
and a few other cryptos. And I was just setting up the miners in the condo. I
Oh,
started with
cool.
a couple. I ended up with like 15. It got really hot in here, so then I had to get rid of them. It's kind of a joke. It's on LinkedIn, like working
Oh,
at
I
these
see, I see.
miners, and
So I'm on to something. It's not
yeah,
very profitable to do it
it's not
in your
very
basement
profitable,
in
and it
Texas.
can damage your relationship with whoever you're living with,
Of
or hurt,
course. Yeah.
or
Unless there's like an extra plug from like your tenant, like from like your neighbor sticking out and you're like, why not just
well,
get
it,
some
it
free.
became a sauna in here, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So now all my miners, except for two, are in Norman, Oklahoma.
That's good. Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean the
so
industry's come to a place it seems like where you just have big companies with huge budgets that have extremely highly scaled costs in an
right.
environment that's like engineered for like reducing cooling stuff. Um,
I did it because I thought it'd be fun to do, and
mm,
like if one of these tokens I'm mining ends up taking off, then
right.
cool,
Yeah, that's how it is in this game. It's
you
like
know
it's kind of like VC. Like you don't need to win every time. You just need to win one or two times, and you're
exactly,
good.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I mean, so tell me about like what you're up to now. Like what keeps you motivated? And I'm sorry if this is a personal question, but I am curious. Y- y- You've struggled with addiction in the past.
mhm,
How do you stay clean and confident and healthy? Because I feel like your advice you can give to people can be relatable because we all go through struggles. Obviously,
yep,
not all of us have your specific sort of addiction, and some of us do, and it can be challenging at times. So, like, what sort of advice would you give to someone
yeah.
in that position?
So what got me sober ultimately was dealing with mental health issues in rehab. Not this summer, but in 2024. I read a book called Codependent No More. It
Mm,
literally sounds like it was about me. I mean, I saw how all my relationships were codependent, transactional, unfortunately, people pleasing, having low self-esteem, trying to fill that void with fleeting
mm,
attention from the outside. I mean, I I I didn't know what I was actually doing. I mean, I was trying to validate myself from the outside in, and that doesn't work. I had to work through some childhood trauma. I was sexually molested by a male babysitter when I was 10 or 11. I had never dealt with
Mm.
that.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. I wish I dealt with it sooner in my life, but I didn't know what to do about it. It was just something that, I would think about all the time. And when I say all the time, like daily, until I dealt with it. And that was one of the
Right.
reasons I drank, was to, you know, get away from those thoughts, or thoughts of like my
Mm.
bad relationship with my father, for example.
Right.
Um, but I was able to deal with those with my therapist, and I still, do therapy. I
Happy to
believe
hear that.
I think everyone should do therapy. I mean,
Yeah.
I think whether you have a big problem or a little problem, it's changed my life.
Right. And
So
and it sounds like you've accepted that this is a lifelong journey. It's not something that you've done, you've settled with. It's a constant
right.
process of keeping yourself in good shape, keeping
Yeah.
yourself with good company. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had any cravings, because my cravings were driven by wanting to hide from the things in my past.
Mhm.
But I'm also smart enough to realize now that if I get lazy, uh, those things could creep back, or,
Mm.
you know, I don't think would ever be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to drink and see how it goes. But like, I've heard those stories before,
Right.
and so I don't want to ever be lax about it, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because like, I think I'm so happy where I'm at now. The thought of going back to that is it it doesn't seem possible, but again, anything's possible. So I just want to,
Right.
yeah,
Anything is possible.
yeah,
And I like to look at it like I don't hope my life is easy. I expect it to be hard.
yeah,
And I developed the character to navigate that. And it's not like we all have problems, and it's important to learn how to deal with them, and it's
mhm,
important to learn how to fight, and it's important to learn how to become resilient because
yep.
yeah, don't expect an easy ride, expect a tough one.
Well, what I'll
And
tell you
just
is, once I understood the concept that feelings aren't permanent, and every feeling I
right.
have, I don't have to act on. Like, it's not my feelings aren't my decision
And they
making.
come like storms, and they
Yeah,
feel like they're never going to go away, but then they just subside.
yeah.
That's a part of like practicing mindfulness. Yes.
Well, mindfulness, that is a term I learned last summer in rehab.
Oh yeah,
Mindfulness and
nice.
meditation. I can now just sit here. It may feel like crap, but I know that that crappy feeling is going to go away. I
It's
don't
just
need
gonna go
to.
away. It's like a storm that comes outside, and
Yeah.
yeah, you have, and you think like something has to happen for it to go away. It just doesn't. And there's another philosophical structure that I really subscribe to, and it's called Stoicism. I don't know if you've heard of
Yeah,
that.
I can't explain it to you, but I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So Stoicism is pretty much you focus on what you can change,
yeah.
and you
Okay.
don't worry about what's out of your control.
So it's like the
There are things.
AA creed, uh, worrying about what you can, letting go
Yeah,
what you.
that is precisely the definition of stoicism. It's just
Yeah.
it's a philosophical way of thinking where you only put your energy, you don't let things that you can't control consume you, and you just focus on the things you can. And
Well, I
that's
can tell
just
you, I used to let the past consume me, and I
mm,
can't control anything about the past. So
right,
once I was able to learn how to live in the present and not worry about the future, because I can't control the future, it's the decisions I
right,
make in the present that affect my future. I'm turned 50 years old this year. These are all concepts I think people should be taught in high school.
right,
you know, Eh, uh,
yeah.
if it seems so simple and practical to me now, but I,
But you know what? It's
yeah,
kind of like they could teach it to you in high school, but you might not appreciate it
that is
because
true.
it's like you have to experience the problems to want to develop the skills to solve those problems.
That's right.
But I
You
agree with
gotta
you.
be
They
ready for it
probably
too. Yeah.
right. It's yeah. It's like one of those things that just are fully like you can talk for like 40 hours of how to ride a bike, but
Yeah.
unless you
Yeah.
step on the bike, it's just like it's all theory.
That's
Um,
true.
yeah. So Josh, how can people get in touch with you, brother?
Yeah, so I'm on LinkedIn. Just search Josh Case. If you're interested in what I'm doing business wise. So at Sober Token, at Sober Buzz Token, I'm sorry, at Sober Buzz Token on Instagram, uh, and then on YouTube at Sober Buzz Podcast. Uh, those are the best ways to see what's going on. Email jc@joshcase.com.
Yeah, I appreciate your wisdom, Josh, and
Appreciate you having me
it's
on.
inspiring to see someone who's a warrior like yourself And I hope only good things for you ahead, especially
Yeah.
with the bull market, the altcoins. I hope
Yeah. Yeah.
good things are coming, man. Good things are coming.
Alt season, right? If not, I
Yeah,
got my consulting in the energy
the
business.
elusive alt season has yet to come, but
I keep
it
hearing about this
should.
alt season, but I've never experienced it yet. So
Yeah, it's those 4-year cycles. So it's expected, but when we all expect something, we kind of get surprised in this industry.
that's a good
But
point.
if it's coming soon. So it's just you know, keep checking that portfolio, brother.
I hear you. So, but I
Take
appreciate
care.
you having me on.
Of course.
Yeah, it was great.